Dear Pixie, you asked us, what is the fear grid? Does it really exist? And what can one do about it? That which you refer to as the fear grid is not a natural part of the universe from our perspective, but is an energy grid in fourth density that is created by the consciousness and emotions of humanity. Its polarity is the grid of love. This is not to be confused with the universal grid, which is made up of polarity frequencies also. The grid of which you speak is collective emotion manifested by yourselves. These grids create archetypes and negative or positive beings that have substance and what you know as life. These entities from the grids of human emotion were birthed by yourselves and are in fact you in a different dimensional form. The response to the question, what can one do about it, is this: work on yourselves and your own fears, for each time you feel fear, you contribute to this grid and the archetypes that exist within it. They then take on a life of their own, so be aware of your emotions and how powerful they are. Be aware of your actions that spring from those emotions, for fear creates fear in others who are not in control of their emotional body, yet love creates more love. Meditations can help, and there are other tools available to you: crystals, orgonite, and the healing energies of another human who brings forth the abundant healing energies from the higher light. Nature provides herbs and oils and flower essences. We also recommend energetic medicine. Think now, as you ascend the new frequencies, on the bodies around you that exist in the higher planes, for they are just as real as your physical body. Yet remain well anchored in the physical body, bringing all these bodies and multidimensional selves into alignment with each other and with source energy. Light workers, starseeds, indigos and wayshowers have the ability to contact these grids and communicate with them. Therefore, they are kept in balance by the earth healers who are conduits for us and the higher light. The most proficient way of working with these grids you speak of is to contribute to the grid of your choice. By living in fear, you contribute to the grid of fear, and life is birthed from this. We can tell you that from the linear perception, this fear grid is losing substance and intensity, whilst the grid of love is gaining substance and intensity. The fear grid from our perception is so low in colour, it may be described as a vapour. The grid of love is abundant in colour, with pinks, greens, violets and oranges swirling in intelligent, loving, geometric life. By living in love and with love, by becoming love itself, you contribute to the grid of love, and life is birthed from this. And what beautiful life is birthed from the grid of love. You asked us, what is Orgone and how does it work? Orgone is a receiver-transmitter of frequency waves. It is an antenna. It is used for cleansing, transmuting, receiving and healing. It is a prime tool in the ascension process. It works by communications with frequency. That frequency includes humanity's consciousness. It works on several dimensional levels simultaneously. It transmutes negative energy into positive by working with polarity frequency waves. It also reflects energies through magnification of frequency fields. You asked us, would the positive energies given out by indigo crystal children be able to counteract the negativity given out by the suffering and killing of animals being raised for food? positive energies given out by indigo, crystal, and rainbow children are very strong. These children have the greatest capacity for love. They are guided always throughout their entire lives by angelic and extraterrestrial higher dimensional forces of light. These children, combined with the working energies of the way-showers and map makers and those who follow them, are indeed able to counteract this suffering of which you speak. The animals that suffer live in complete service to humanity. Lessons shall be learned from their suffering. One is recommended to take action on the physical level if one wishes to counteract and cease this suffering. This can be done by being selective when one acquires food and when one consumes it. For each person that does not acquire, purchase, or consume the flesh of the animal that has suffered makes the biggest contribution on all levels to counteract and cease this suffering. You asked us, is global warming real or fake? Does mankind's activities on the planet significantly affect the temperature, weather of the planet climate? Mankind's activities do indeed affect the Earth's climate, and in return, the climate of the Earth affects mankind, but not in the way that you mean when you asked this question. That which you know as global warming has not been created by mankind's activities. Yet, mankind does affect the planet and Earth's climate, for you work together in synergy like a symphony. You are the conductor, and the climate, with all its manifestations, is the orchestra. And so many of you have been waving your baton all over the place, not even realizing you were the conductor. Now this is changing, and there are those who know and use the baton most correctly. Mankind's activities do not affect the climate in the way you have been told. It is energy, consciousness, and action that affects the climate and human emotion. The story you have been told regarding global warming is only partially true, for that which you know as global warming is real, but it is a natural function. It is part of the ascension process for everything to become lighter and vibrate faster. It is happening on all the planets throughout the time-space field that you exist within, for all within your time-space field is ascending. Therefore, one is advised to be conscious of how one acts, so one may care for and heal the planet. Knowing that global warming is not directly caused by you in the way you have been told, should not make one relax and carry on living in a way that is not in tune with the planet. Yet you may rest assured that what you see as global warming would still take place even if Earth were not inhabited by human life. You asked us, is Tiamat the name of the Earth's previous life? Tiamat, which could be referred to as the old Earth from your perspective, exists. She is a planet very similar to yours, yet she resides in another dimension. She did not have the level of light that you now have on your Earth, and therefore only partially ascended. Your Earth has gone beyond that point within your timeline, and therefore we conclude that Earth shall ascend in a more balanced way than her sisters. Yet all coexist side by side from our perspective, and we have a great love for Tiamat as we do for Earth. Therefore, we conclude that the answer to your question, is Tiamat the name of the Earth's previous life, is yes. We are the white-winged collective consciousness of 9.